Introducing Henry Waxman in 4 minutes is a challenge. He has been the embodiment of the ideal public servant in the noblest and purest sense. During his long and productive career, he has eschewed the limelight and has been instead a consensus builder, understanding that improving the world in substantive and tangible ways cannot be done in a partisan manner. I think Henry has been an exemplar in coalition building, and he understood the realities and importance of partnering long before the terms were in our current lexicon. One of his first highly productive and enduring coalitions has been with now former Congressmen Howard Berman and Mel Levine, which is where I came into the picture nearly 40 years ago, when my brother Mel entered that really wonderful group. When the success of one's life is evaluated, Henry has been successful beyond measure. The nation is better for his service. We at JFS have always had a close working relationship with him and his staff, the import and impact of which is also beyond measure. I'm going to take a virtual page out of Congressman Waxman's book and let his own words inform you a bit more about this remarkable hero. I've always felt that vulnerable people need an advocate in Washington and have always wanted to be an advocate for the elderly, disabled, the poor, and disadvantaged in our community. In this work, I have been drawn to concentrate on healthcare policy. I feel strongly that healthcare is a human right that so many people need and often do not access when they need it. In a society that meets the standards of a just society, we make sure that we give an equal opportunity to every child to succeed to the fullest extent possible. There also must be a safety net for those who have difficulties or challenges that might not allow them to succeed. An organization like Jewish Family Service is integral to the fabric of that safety net. Henry continues, I feel proud of my accomplishments over the last 40 years. I have authored a lot of legislation and have been able to follow the fundamental view that government can make an important difference in people's lives. When I expanded the Medicaid program called Medi-Cal in California to cover more low-income people, that was an important step in a direction that is essential. This expansion gives young mothers the opportunity to have prenatal care and give birth to healthy children, and also provides access to more low-income individuals who would otherwise find themselves without coverage and without the ability to pay for emergency services should the need arise. Now, with the adoption of the Affordable Care Act, we are making health care insurance coverage available to individuals who were previously discriminated against because of pre-existing conditions, as well as individuals who could not afford to pay their premiums. I have seen healthcare policy come a long way in this country. Henry, your quotes sound like our brochures. In his so-called retirement, because we all know his agenda will not change, merely his address, former Congressman Waxman has joined the board of directors of the National Health Law Program. The program aims to protect and advance healthcare rights of low-income and underserved individuals and families. Congressman Waxman has joined a firm begun by his like-minded son and currently serves as chair of Waxman Strategies, where he advises clients on public policy. He is also a regent lecturer at UCLA and an advisor at the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health. I suggest that we stay tuned for the next chock-full chapters in a life well lived. Henry, would you please join me on the stage? On behalf of Jewish Family Service, it is my honor to have presented this small token of our gratitude in acknowledgement of your lifelong dedication to public service to the citizens of Los Angeles. Mazel tov.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Dina. Oh my gosh, thank you all very much. It's wonderful to be with all of you this evening and to receive this recognition, especially from the Jewish Family Service. The Jewish Family Service is the oldest social service agency in Los Angeles, and it is serving so many important tasks for people who are vulnerable and need help. I first became aware of the Jewish Family Service when my mother needed help, and I didn't know where to turn, so I called the Jewish Family Service, and they connected me with someone who could come in and be of assistance to her. But throughout the years I've been in public office, when we tried to do what we could for Holocaust survivors, Jewish Family Service was there, already ahead of us all, trying to make sure through innovative ways they could make life better for those who were able to survive and tell their story to the world. When it comes to issues like feeding the hungry, a Jewish Family Service provides Meals on Wheels and thousands of regular assistance to those who would otherwise go hungry through the SOVA program. I knew of what Jewish Family Service was doing for the frail elderly from my own experience. And when those in my district office came across people who called us for help, oftentimes it wasn't something the federal government could do for them individually, but we always knew to call the Jewish Family Service. I salute my fellow honorees. I congratulate them on this recognition. Eileen and Harold Brown and Mindy and Jean Stein. They deserve their awards, and they're going to receive it soon. But I want to point out that some of the awards are named after people that have meant a lot to me. Anita and Stanley Hirsch, and then, of course, Lois and Richard Gunther have been lifelong friends of ours. Everybody in this room deserves recognition for the fact that we are all working together by being here to support the Jewish Family Service, to live up to the values of the Jewish people, to provide help for those who need it, certainly for Jews who need it, but not just for Jews who need it. And this organization will go from strength to strength because of all that you are doing for it. And I won't be working with Jewish Family Service as an office holder, but I will be continuing to work with Jewish Family Service in every way I can, because I know that when I get a recognition, it's to thank me for what I've done in the past, but it's also to tell me you have expectations for me in the future. So I will be there with you, not just tonight, but in the future, and we could all be so proud of what JFS is doing and will do for people who need that help. Thank you so much.